spray tan and a peel wax.
That's like
These are
shave it.
things you could get at Mar-a-Lago. Okay?
That's like shave it a haircut 2 bits. Oh, gross.
We can make you a beautiful comb-over hairstyle.
No.
Would you like a beautiful comb-over?
No, nobody wants that.
Everyone wants a beautiful comb-over.
Nobody wants a comb over, period. I'm like going to go out on a limb and just be damn sure of that.
13-inch MacBook Pro dips to an all-time low pass.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's true. Also, nobody cares.
Apple Pro Display XDR. What's up with that thing?
It's a very expensive monitor.
Super expensive monitor.
Yeah, it's like an obscenely expensive monitor.
What does it cost?
I want to say it's like $4,000 or $5,000.
Whoa.
And then the stand is another $1,000 or so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They charge for the stand.
Right.
Because that's what you do
Like you do, right?
when you're Apple.
Right. Why the fuck not?
Well, you had yours on an unimproved stand.
I actually love the idea that they're not like making you buy their stupid stand.
Oh, cheese grater.
Like to me
The
that's
revenge of the cheese grater.
to me that's actually a feature because it's like you're gonna charge $1,000 for the stand. I'm just gonna put it on a freaking monitor mount. So like I don't want the stand. So it actually, as far as I'm concerned, charge whatever you want for the stand, because it doesn't matter to Jesus. It don't matter to Jesus.
The Pro Display XDR.
That's right.
Part of Apple's aggressive retrenchment in the professional market with the new Mac Pro and 16-inch MacBook Pro. The
That's
Pro
it.
Display XDR.
You
It's
gotta make that text
32
bigger.
inch.
Nobody can see that.
32 inches of 6K LCD that can hit 1600 nits of peak brightness.
1,600 nits. Yeah.
All their kids need the nits.
The kids love nits.
Full array color local dimming backlight composed
Fold,
of 576 special blue LED lights.
That's right.
It supports true color 10-bit and full DCI-P3 color gamut.
Yes.
1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio. These are all very impressive specs. So impressive that Apple coincidentally says the Pro Display XDR is one of the world's best Pro displays. It's also so impressive that the company spent a lot of time at the launch event comparing it to a $43,000 Sony reference OLED.
They did. That is true.
Wow. The Pro Display XDR costs $5,000 with an optional $1,000 stand.
That's right. Case you ever wondered.
Even at $6,000 total, that puts it substantially less than the $43,000 Sony, okay?
Yeah, but that's a reference monitor.
It's like less than the Sony.
Yeah, but again, it's a fucking reference monitor. Like
The Pro Display XDR costs $4,000 and another $1,000 for the optional stand. I mean, because you could like not have a stand. You could have a dude standing there with it.
right.
And pay him $8 an hour to stand there.
You could do that, but then like, why would you want to do that?
You could have like a live person standing there with the monitor.
Jeez. It's fucking nuts.
For how long? What, a week, 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, just for fun. Why the
And spend the $9.99 on that.
right?
Hey, Jose needs a job,
Yeah. Well, why not?
Come over here, Buford. Know this.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna pay no Apple $9.99.
That's right. That's fucking absurd. Fucking absurd, man.
Very bright, very sharp, can do almost anything if set up right. bad stuff. Expensive.
Bad
Off
stuff.
axis
Good stuff.
brightness and color shift limits for high-end color work.
Anything you want stuff.
Local dimming is still local dimming.
Fald. You don't know what fald is, and that's okay. Because nobody cares. Like, not even a little bit. 0 fucks given. What else you got?
The Pro Display XDR.
Uh-huh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Pro display.
E3 moving full speed ahead despite coronavirus.
Oh, yeah.
Because E3's like, fuck you.
Fuck you, man.
Fuck you.
That's right.
We're going to do E3 anyway.
Yeah, we don't give a shit.
You
don't-
fucks.
It don't matter to Jesus.
Fan beats Pokemon Platinum without taking any damage.
Okay.
Good for you, buddy.
I mean, I
Wonder how long that took you.
I have no idea what that means, but like I'm gonna realize that it's probably pretty goddamn impressive.
Go Pokemon, dude.
Yeah, go like Pokemon guy. Like, well done.
A writer on the New York City subway employed a novel way of protecting his own personal space on February 7th. The seated passenger removed a bottle of ketchup from his bag and squirted a squiggly perimeter on the floor around his seat, apparently hoping to help keep fellow strap hangers away.
Uh-huh.
Twitter erupted with funny comments after one user posted a photo. Gotta protect yourself from what the mustard demons can do.
What the fuck?
They can't cross the barrier.
Right.
What brand of ketchup, though? New York City Transit got a taste of the problem and promised to clean it up right away. You can't cross my ketchup line.
That's right. Yeah, that's my invisible force field.
It's ketchup line.
It's the best ketchup line there ever could be. You know, and ketchup. It's fucking absurd. Fucking absurd, man.
Aussie shoppers panic buying toilet paper for coronavirus.
Well, it's not just Aussies. It's like everyone. Like straight up everyone. Right?
Because if there's a big outbreak,
right,
we need toilet paper.
Right.
And stuff.
Yeah, what would we do? Like wipe our asses with like washcloths and then wash them?
Okay,
like
Jason,
fucking
let me tell
cavemen?
you, Y2K is going to make a comeback. Because when it turns 2021, then all the computers are going to flip out. None of the banks are going to know how much money that anybody has. It's going to be crazy. You're going to need duct tape. Several rolls of duct tape.
Lots of duct tape. Yeah, it's going to be lots of duct tape.
What did people do with all the duct tape after Y2K?
They probably built forts. Like, that's what I'd do with it. I don't know.
It's going to be like 2 years from now, and you're going to have to, like, move Granny into the retirement home. And
yeah, I'd be like, this is your retirement.
What is this box of stuff? And you open it up, and it's like all these masks.
Yeah, this is like your retirement home that I made out of duct tape.
Let's say Make America Great on the front.
Oh, man. Fucking MAGA masks. That's awful. Ugh. I don't even know.
You have to move this box of shit.
Yeah, you got to move it.
It's all Lysol and... There's a run-on Lysol.
Oh, man, got to get that Lysol.
Coronavirus.
It's fucking awful. All right, what else you got?
Companies pulling out of South by Southwest because of coronavirus.
That's right. Yep. I heard that like Twitter was basically saying like if you can work from home, do it.
Just Do it.
Do it.
Work at home.
Do it. Work from home.
In this attractive mask that says Joe Biden. He's not as creepy as you think.
He's creepier.
He does kiss his granddaughter on the lips.
Oh.
Have you seen this?
No, and I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want to see it?
No, Kevin.
It seems like
Fuck.
before every speech.
No.
He like gives her a nice big
No,
smacker.
Kevin. No. I don't want to see that.
Poor thing. She's like 19 years old, and like here comes this
She's like
creepy
"I'm
grandpa
so
president
sorry,
character.
Grandpa." Oh man, that's awful.
Dad told me never just let you do whatever you want.
Ugh. That's fucking
Just
gross.
once, I want to see her like knee him in the nuts. You know?
Yeah, get a standing ovation.
Biden gets a big smack in the nuts.
Yeah. How do you like that presidential nomination?
And then like she could take off her Biden shirt to reveal a Sanders shirt.
Ooh, that'd be
And
dirty.
Be like, bitch.
No way.
Okay. Say what you will about Bernie Sanders, but he does not kiss 19-year-old women on the lips. It's creepy.
It's creepy. Nobody likes it. It's creepy.
Not Latinos, not the blacks.
That's
not
right.
the 1% of the 1%. I don't touch anyone.
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody touches me. I don't touch anyone. This is how it goes.
That's like the way it's supposed to be. Okay, just leave it the fuck alone.
Wash your hands.
Now wash your hands, damn it.
If you're concerned about coronavirus, go wash your hands.
Wow. Oy vey.
Knee him in the nuts.
Knee him in the nuts.
Super Tuesday voters, if you're listening and you still have a chance to get out there and vote,
Mm-hmm.
just know that Joe Biden is a very creepy person. Creepy Biden. If you were Amy Klobuchar voter
Right.
and Amy dropped out, consider Bernie Sanders because he doesn't make out with 19-year-olds.
I mean, yeah, there is that. I suppose that is probably a good thing, I guess.
Who names their kid Hunter?
I don't know. Somebody who hunts.
We're going to call him Hunter.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Hunter. So like, why the fuck not?
And the granddaughter I'm speaking of is named Finnegan. Hunter and Finnegan. Hunter doesn't show up at the shit anymore since he like Trump threw all that shade at him.
Oh man.
But they send Finnegan out there.
I just think that they should throw it right back.
Poor thing. She has to stand there every time and he comes up and kisses her on the lips. And then she has to stand there like she's excited for him. And she's probably like, he's my grandpa. It's okay.
It's okay. It's not right, but it's okay.
Right on the lips. Right. Even if you did kiss your grandkids on the lips and they're just used to that and you've just done it forever since they were a baby, right?
Right.
Don't do it at the rally.
Don't do it ever.
What the
Like,
fuck? Don't do it in front of people.
just don't do it. Like, that's all there is to it. Just straight up.
Some societies or whatever, like French people, like kiss you on the lips.
Okay,
Or-
that's different. That's the cheeks.
Mwah,
That's like,
mwah.
mwah, mwah. Yeah. There's no contact there.
This is like
Yeah, this is like something else.
okay. So I think you have to see it now.
No, Kevin, I don't want to see it. I don't care. Don't even want to think about it. Fucking gross. Ugh. That's all I have to say about that. Ugh.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, Kevin. Okay, I get it. I don't really want to see that at all. Like fucking ever. Like never for a single moment did I ever want to see that, like not even once.
So if you were on the fence about voting for Bernie and voting for Joe Biden, there you go.
Right.
If you need some help choosing. It's creepy. And then like he had that whole thing where he was like rubbing somebody's shoulders or their neck or some shit.
Yes, there's plenty of video of him being creepy.
Creepy Biden.
Yep.
Lacey, the Norwegian forest cat, is at the center of a heated 2-year dispute in Brewerton, New York, that has gone to state Supreme Court. Original owner Carol Mooney accuses adoptive owner Danette Romano of refusing to let Lacey sleep in bed with her. A key provision that Money says was in the adoption agreement both parties signed in April 2018.
Okay.
Syracuse.com reported that according to the lawsuit, Money regularly visited Lacey in her new home after the adoption and found the cat to be skittish and fearful, and became very upset after Romano's husband allegedly admitted, "We don't let Lacey sleep with us."
Yeah.
By December 20th, tensions had increased to the point that Romano complained to the Onondaga County Sheriff's Office.
Onondaga County Sheriff!
Yeah.
Yeah!
And had her lawyer send Money a letter ordering her to stop contacting Romano. Money's lawsuit accuses Romano's breach of contract and lying about her intention to let Lacey sleep in her bed.
Good God. Is this really is this the best we could do today?
And demands the return of the cat.
Oh, man. This is like a fucking fuck-up day.
She demands the return of the cat.
I mean, seriously? Do these people have any sense of what matters in the whole world? Because I'm not convinced of it at all.
Cat scratch fever. Dun-dun-dun. Cat scratch fever. Dun-dun-dun.
Exactly.
We demand the return of the cat scratch fever. Dun-dun-dun. You can't get coronavirus from the cat.
No, you can't.
Meow.
I'm unaware of any animal that you can get coronavirus from, aside from a fish that we've never been able to actually determine, or some sort of, fish type market. But I don't know. I do not know, Meng. Ugh. That's all I have to say about the news stories this week. They're fucking terrible.
Super Tuesday.
Yeah, we don't get to New Mexico's freaking. I don't think when is our primary, Kevin? It's like in June or something, right? Well after anything matters.
Right.
It's fucking absurd. Man, well, so much for any chance at us making a difference. Oh well. We tried, and we failed. Oy.
Target to add fresh food and alcohol to same-day pickup?
I mean, why wouldn't they?
I didn't know Target sold alcohol.
Sure. Well, yeah, why not?
They haven't for a long time. Run by Christians or some shit.
Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know, Meng. I had no idea.
Welcome, Target. Where'd you get that wine?
Jason Kligerman writes in, Kevin and Videovamp, what up? What up, Meng?
Yo.
What up? Reading the news, pretending to be some sort of legitimate news outlet. Because, why the fuck not? I figured we should, attempt to get legitimate news stories, and that didn't last very long. But, it was worth a shot. So now we just kind of make shit up. It's kind of fun, actually. Actually, I think we could make up better news than this, don't you? I have a sneaking suspicion that we could.
Target announced the new offerings in Tuesday's earnings call.
The Minneapolis-based retailer also plans to test convenience store-size brick-and-mortar locations in some markets. That sounds pretty...
At 8, I was diagnosed a disaster, an incurable catastrophe, an unrepentant shit disturber. I was the kid you did not want in your class. You know, the one who couldn't sit still, couldn't do the drill, didn't fit the bill, never would, never will, until I got the chill pill. Ritalin. Now we're fitting in, paying attention, listening better than it's been. Let's not pretend it's a solution. It's not. Just the best we got because the system shot. Having attention deficit hyperactivity disorder is like living inside a violently disobedient clock. Seconds slowing into forever. Then jumping into overdrive. Warp 8, warp 9, warp 10. Mr. Scott, I need more. Aye, Captain, but I'm afraid she'll blow. Having ADHD is like being an exclamation mark in a world of commas. Telling the cop, go yourself. Because the dial on my rage diminisher is malfunctioning. It's tuning out my wife who's sitting right in front of me. Because the fly on the ceiling is walking backwards. And I forgot to call my mom, who was a terrible cook, but I didn't care. I ate so fast, food barely touched my taste buds. I don't know why they call them buds anyway. It's not like they become flowers, or friends, or beer. I remember the first time I took Ritalin. My mental merry-go-round began to slow down, and everyone suddenly started speaking human. But by then, I found my own ways to cope. I went to 5 different high schools, failed every class except gym, drama, and dope smoking. Math was like studying advanced theoretical Klingon, like bungee jumping off the back of a pickup truck. I still don't speak numbers. My adolescent mind was a paper plane in the palm of a hurricane. And ultimately, the only thing school ever taught me was that I wasn't good enough to make the grade. I know my attention waits, but when love calls my name, I focus like the Hubble. I can see God's fingerprints on every flower petal. I remember the cut, color, and texture of that dress you wore the day we met, the saline sweetness of your sweat, and every switchback curve in your beautiful smile. You say living with me is like having a Swedish death metal band in the basement and a drunk king in the bedroom. But although I can't sit still for more than 3 minutes, I still see forever in your eyes. And though sometimes I don't pay attention, I know exactly how much this love is worth. The world disdains the distracted mind. They prefer us focused on our flat screens, too terrified to imagine a world without drones, war zones, or corporate prisons. But my mind is full of visions so breathtakingly beautiful. My God, I wish you could see them too. I may never be normal, but what is normal in a world of infinite variety? And in the quiet backwaters of my mind, I know I am not damaged. Just different. And isn't being different the one thing we all have in common?
Welcome, motherfuckers, to another edition of ADHD Radio. My name is Video Vamp. Joining me in the studio, as always, is Chicken a la me the motherfucking fingers.
You sound a little crispy.
Motherfucker. Wrong one.
Check. You sound a little crispy.
Yeah, I know.
I sound smooth like butter.
Smooth like butter, and I sound...
Soft and smooth like Natalie Portman's skin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Soft and smooth like Natalie Portman's cunt.
Queen Amidala.
Oh, boy. Someone's been on a Star Wars binge, haven't they?
No.
Oh, come on, admit it.
No, I have not.
Ooh,
lately.
ooh.
But I did see the newest one at the theater like 5 times before they closed theaters.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Like 5 times. Oh, this just occurred to me, like, what are you going to do now that, like, you know, there are no movie theaters? Like, are you going to cancel your constant movie pass thing?
No, they said that they were just going to suspend it and they're not going to charge us for it.
They're going to suspend it, but they weren't going to charge you for it.
Right.
Huh. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
No, huh?
That sounds kind of ideal now that I think about it.
I've seen 70 movies with the pass so far since August,
Good God, dude.
and that is a $900 value
Well, yes.
that I got for 180. So
Well, yes, but you got to understand, like,
I did see things I wouldn't normally see.
that's my point. When something, this is like one of these like backwater, things about economics. This is like always the case. Anytime something becomes incredibly cheap or almost free, people tend to overuse it. Like this is like one of these maxims of economics.
I don't think I overused it. It says unlimited.
It's like you're trying not to see what I'm saying.
You overused your data on Verizon for sure.
No, I exactly used my data.
Oh, okay. So it's the same thing, isn't
You could say that.
it?
My point is, in economics, if something becomes incredibly cheap, it gets used more than it would be used if there was no cost barrier. Right?
Right.
That's all I was after. So yeah. Anyway, phones aren't up. I mean, maybe I should put the phones up. You think we'd actually like get some crazy people today?
Sure.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do that, and I'll put the cam on you. Maybe you can read a news story or something.
Coronavirus wreaks havoc on Tuesday primaries.
Yay!
Voters practice social distancing with the election on Tuesday by staying away from the polls. Early signs of low turnout in Illinois and Florida offered another sobering reminder of how the coronavirus pandemic is wreaking havoc in the election year. In Ohio, a wild day of pronouncements from elected officials and legal challenges ended in the last-minute postponement of the state's primary. Tensions also flared in other states as officials faced a backlash over decisions to forge ahead with their elections. In Illinois, the number of people who showed up to vote early in the day in Chicago was even below the pace of the mayoral contests. Ooh, God. Which are typically low turnout affairs, according to election officials. Statewide numbers were also expected to come in low turnout. Likewise, looked skimpy in Florida, according to anecdotal reports. Steve Vancore, a spokesman of Broward County Elections, said turnout so far has been light in South Florida County, and that has been one of the hot spots for the virus in the state. Also in Florida, a lawsuit filed Monday sought extensions of vote by mail drop-offs and other accommodations. In Chicago, the realities of holding a primary amid a pandemic settled in as the entity overseeing the city's primary grappled with shortages of election judges as well as complaints over a failure to comply with sanitary guidelines of wiping down voting areas. Oh, God. In Florida, there were problems in Palm Beach County polling places because of poll worker no-shows. There were recriminations in Chicago. The city election board in Chicago lashed out at governor's office for moving forward with the primary at all. Jim Allen, a spokesman for the Chicago Board of Elections, said the board a week ago asked the primary to be postponed or moved to a full mail-in contest. In a phone call with the governor's office, we predicted that there would be fear among voters, that there would be feared legitimate concerns among our poll workers, and would lose legitimate polling places. The elections board recommended moving fully to vote by mail. This is a lie, says Governor J.B. Pritzker's chief of staff, Ann Caprara, shot back on Twitter, and frankly, within the moment, I'm disgusted that Jim Allen would lie like this. We offered them the National Guard, young volunteers, and assistance with keeping polling places clean. Pritzker's office had offered up the National Guard to assist the city on Tuesday. Instead of accepting help or offering solutions of their own, the Chicago Board of Elections decided to wait until Election Day to get on a call with press and politically charged accusations. But Allen noted Pritzker on Sunday ordered the closure of bars and restaurants at the same time as he pushed for the primary vote to move forward. Yeah, that's smart. To come out at this moment and say there shouldn't be gatherings of 50 or more people and that even small establishments need to close down, and to say that there needs to be wiping down of screens, it's an interesting turn of events. Yeah, no shit. The news around the virus did see a surge in early and absentee voting. Really? Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot said Monday that the early voting in the city hadn't been that high since World War II voting era. And thanks to strong in-person early voting and absentee voting, Florida Democrats have cast a total of 1.1 million votes as of Monday night, about 250,000 more than the day before the election in 2016 presidential primary. But the low turnout across the state probably put Democrats on pace for 32% turnout overall, compared to 38% turnout of the 2016 election. Well, 32, 38 is not, I mean, that's all you can hope for. The two Democratic candidates have taken different tracks on whether voting should go on Tuesday. Bernie Sanders, who trails Joe Biden in the delegates, has questioned whether it should, given safety conditions. Biden's campaign has encouraged voters to cast ballots safely. In a memo released Tuesday, the campaign pointed at an analysis showing the steep climb in early voting. It noted that in early trends in Arizona, the number of votes exceeds the total number of votes in the 2016 primary. Bam! Biden was on a trajectory to amass an insurmountable lead over Sanders before the coronavirus pandemic took hold. Going into today's contest, Biden had a 160 delegate lead. Even after tonight's contest, Biden hasn't significantly increased the lead. Sanders would need to win upcoming elections by an average of 15 to 20% to overtake Biden in delegates. In Illinois, state officials caution not to read too much into the light traffic at the polls. People need to keep in mind the voter turnout for primaries generally is low. In the last 5 presidential primaries, turnout has averaged 33%. The 47% in 2016 was remarkably high. Turnout in 2000, 2004, 2012 were around 20%. Turnout for Barack Obama's first election in 2008 was 40% statewide. Workers at one polling place in Naples, Florida, a Republican bastion in the southwest corner of the peninsula, than they expected. There were bottles of cleaning spray and disinfecting wipes in plain sight, and workers said they were sanitizing the electronic signature pens and pads after each use. Asked whether there was any reason to think that Tuesday's results might be invalid because of the coronavirus scare might be affecting voting, Dietrich said, "Absolutely not." Dun dun dun.
That doesn't even make sense. Of course it's affecting voting.
Of course it is.
Right? Like I don't even get how you could get there from
But
here.
will it affect results of the people who actually voted? No, probably not.
I mean,
The results might take a little while if nobody's working at the polls.
well, that's impossible to predict. That's yeah. I mean, who cares? That at that point, like we're at straight up like rampant speculation, right? Like I it's the best way I could put it. Because it's like saying, well, if this, but it isn't, but maybe it is, but if it wasn't, could it be? Well, who gives a fuck? It's like a moot point at that point because they're speculating about whether or not turnout affects results. Well, I mean, of course it does to some degree. It certainly is less legit. So I don't know. The whole thing is a shit show.
Do you think that the world's reaction to all of this is bullshit? Like it's
It really gets bad.
mm-hmm.
Or is it really bad to begin with? Like the answer is I have no idea. But long story short, it becomes a shit show as the result of this kind of making people stay on like gross panic. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, my problem with it is people are going to overreact hoarding toilet paper.
Jesus Christ.
And then they're going to underreact or they're, whatever this sweeping. So, yeah, that's what I got.